Good afternoon, everybody. I hope you're all well. Thank you for joining us today. My name's James Edgley. I manage the non-academic side of sports at Barnet and Southgate College, so all the academy programs and enrichment, coach development, etc., etc. You'll see on the slide it says my name and also Marco Sabino. So Marco's the curriculum manager for sports, but he won't be on this webinar. But I'm reliably informed is going to be monitoring the chat or going to be viewing as a participant. So if anyone can't answer on the academic side of things, maybe he can chip in and do that through the chat box. So I'm here today to give you a general overview of sports at Barnet and Southgate College holistically, that ranging from the sports academies and sports performance programs we've got and helping young athletes in education, but also the academic side of things, all the sports courses that are offering from level 1 up to level 4 and 5 with higher education, and also the enrichment sports that we offer across college for any student to just participate and play, get fit, and enjoy their student experience at the college. Just a little explanation on that Bears emblem that you see in the screen at the moment. So BSc Bears, that's kind of what we identify ourselves as a sports department, certainly on the athletic side of things, from the American model with their college and university. So it's trying to foster that team identity and that such, and hopefully we'll start pushing that even more. But this does include all the academy programs, so Tottenham Hotspur, NFL Academy, etc., etc. So some buy into the Bears a bit more than others. It depends on the partner that they're with. So who are we? So BSc is the sports department for Barnet and Southgate College. We are one of, if not the largest sports departments in FE in the country. And also most successful, and that's based on the amount of students we've got connected to sport, either studying or sports program or sports performance academy, but also some of the successes we have. So those exit routes into professional sport, into higher education sport, and the opportunity to provide national titles, regional titles, etc., etc., and also the range of provision within the sports department on the vocational and the academic side. We run a number of sports academies here, so that on the performance side of things, so we have a football, or I should say soccer academy, to avoid confusion with the NFL. So a soccer academy for Tottenham Hotspur for boys or males, and one with Tottenham Hotspur for females as well, linked to the WSL program. The NFL academy, athletic, boxing, tennis, basketball. We also have a leadership pathway and the Ball and Wood pathway as well. I'll come on to all those programs a little bit later. In terms of delivery sites, as I'm sure you've been aware through the talk from Neil or others, and you looking at the website, the college is spread across North London. And our main locations are Southgate, Wood Street and Colindale. As a college, in terms of sports, the predominant base for the college in terms of sports is the Southgate campus. That's where the majority of the academics are. That's the majority of the programs are based, or you go from there to your training venues. But there is also the remote location at the football club in Bournemouth as well for that program in particular. When we say the sports department, and as is sort of illustrated by me covering it, everything from the teaching staff to the coaching staff to the academy support to the support staff to sports enrichment personnel. So when we're not like it, we are very much like a uni in other respects, but in this respect, we're not like a uni where we differentiate between the sports development side and the academia. We all kind of sit together in one department. Which fosters a close working relationship, and so we can keep track on the academics. Although not every student is studying sport because they participate in. What do we do? We have the study programs here. So when you might hear a lot if you go into other talks about what your study program is. So the study program, if you're connected with sport at Barnet Southgate College, whether you're studying it as an academic and doing an academy or just doing an academy, your study program is a combination of your academic course, so either a BTEC maybe in sport level 3 or level 3 extended, or level 2, level 1, a YMCA or an MBQ, or it could be A levels, combined with your academy, sports academy, English and maths if you still require it, tutorial study package, and work experience opportunities. So all those ingredients come together in the pot to form what is your study program whilst you're at the college with us, and they all contribute to your hours and your experiences. We partner with industry-leading bodies to deliver a lot of our academy programs and support our delivery at the college. Again, I'll come on to those in a little bit. And we go off-site and hire some world-class facilities to base the training out of, certainly, and also utilise them where we need to on the academic side as well. One of the largest strengths of our department, which I always talk about in these talks, is the industry experience and the variety of expertise and knowledge that our staff base have, both on the academic side and also, of course, on the non-academic, on the coaching side and the sports development side. So a lot of us in the department have either come from the sports industry to then base ourselves with the college, or even still a lot of us are sitting in the sports industry on top of our work, our full-time work with the college. So in the teachers, we've got Jack, who's a full-time physiotherapist, has his own clinic on side of being a full-time teacher, half physio, head physio for us. We have he also works for the English National FA, go over there to help with their C team. We also have former council sports development managers, current level 5 personal trainers working out of David Lloyd, and other gyms, etc., semi-professional sports coaches who are also teaching, strength conditioning coaches, rehabilitation specialists. So a real variety on the spectrum there, the academic side of things. And then on the non-academic side, I myself work for the Premier League outside of to do with the college. So it's bringing those experiences and that expert up-to-date knowledge of what's going on in the industry, and hopefully bring it back to the college to make sure that our delivery is innovative, is relevant, up-to-date, utilising the contacts to try and make sure that our programs are and continue to be leading in and the best around. So what are we preparing you for when you come to work with us at the college? So it depends what you're doing, whether you're doing academics or academy or both. But essentially it's exit routes. So is that into university on the academic side, either to study sport or to study something else? So you can come and start with the college and still go on to university and study something else. It's possible, it's been done. Or you may want to continue that journey studying sport at university as well. It could be into professional sport if you're a talented athlete and you're good enough. It could be into scholarships in the USA. It could be into employment. Lots of different varieties of employment within the sports industry. It's a real varied industry in terms of you can get a job in it. Whether it's not just coaching, it's not just professional athletes. There's the sports marketing, there's the business side of sports development. Health is clearly a current topic at the moment. So physiotherapy, lots of different aspects to sport, and that's just to name but a few. But I was keen to stress that being engaged with sport at college, either as just an athlete or as an athlete and studying sport, we try to develop those skills in our student as much as possible. So it's development of life, it's becoming an independent and responsible adult. I'm setting you up for the next phase of your life and the rest of your life. So I'm a big advocate that sport is a powerful tool to develop verbal skills. So even if you don't, a lot of people study sport, are very high level participants in sport, but they develop a dual career and they don't end up even working in sport because the skills are so transferable that you are a very sought after young person in employability terms. It's things like communication, it's things like leadership, teamwork, flexibility, problem solving, initiative, being outgoing, being respectful, and that's something that we certainly try and encourage on both the academics and the sports academy side of things. Certainly on the academy side of things, it's looking at the New Zealand rugby team sweeping the shed, making sure that we leave everything tidy and developing those characteristics and those behaviours as much as we can in as much of our young people. Because we are ultimately trying to develop outstanding young people, not just outstanding athletes or students. So if you wouldn't mind indulging me, I've just polls. I don't know if you have to shift to the polls section on your chat function, but they are going to be published in a sec. Oh, there we go. They're coming right up now. So just give you 10 seconds to answer this question about what are you wanting to find out most about from this talk, because it will help me to understand the audience here and what they're looking to find out. So just a few more seconds, 10 seconds or so, and then we can see the results, hopefully. Okay. Do we have the results, Timmy? Or is it, can I see them? Okay. Can't see those results. Okay, so the next question is, so the first question was, what are you looking to find out most about in this talk? So whether it's academics or academy, etc., etc. The second question is about what sports have I got in the audience? So is it male footballers, female footballers, NFL or American football players, athletes, basketball, tennis, or boxers, or other? So again, just 5 more seconds to answer that. And then finally, there's something called TAS, which I'll come on to later, but if essentially TAS refers to if you're an international or national level athlete in your sport, regardless of what it is, whether we do an academy in it or not. And I'd just be curious if, as serious as you can, I can't verify results of it, if you think you would deem yourself as an international or national level athlete in your sport. Okay. Oh, I can see the results now. Here we go. So I can see the answers to the second question. So I've got a lot of male footballers, some female footballers, some NFL. So a spread actually across. No tennis players. Shame. Tennis is one of my main sports. So, and the last poll's still going. So about 50-50 split there. Okay. Can't see the answer to the first one, but never mind. Okay, we'll move on. Thank you for doing that, guys. It just helps me to see who's in the audience and if I need to talk about something more than something else. Okay. So if I talk about the academy programs first and the sports academy programs, so these are our various partners that I said we partner with. So Tottenham Hotspur, as I mentioned, for boys football and female football. How all the academies function differs slightly depending on which program you are, but they follow a similar kind of trend in that they're about embedding training and games programs and athletic development into your study program, embedded within it. So how much you get depends on the program, but even the Tottenham Hotspur boys, it's between 2 to 4 sessions a week, Monday to Friday, 4 of you in the elite group, and then plus a games program. With the academy staff at Tottenham Hotspur, so they work for us during the day. It's based out of the Haringey Borough Football Club facility, and they're like a third partner for this program as well, because we run their under-18 programs from within the Tottenham program, which means we can enter the FA Youth Cup, an evening football league, which gives the boys different development experience, and offers progression routes into the under-23s and first team, which a lot of boys have done this year and previous years. There is also the Coaching Centre of Excellence linked with Tottenham Hotspur. So boys and girls who've been on their various programs, if they've shown a good initiative, the coaches might recommend them to be on this program, which is developing them as coaches. So Tottenham put them through their coaching badges and almost like a bit of an apprenticeship, putting them in their soccer schools, shadowing their main academy. So our program is a shadow operation for the academy. So the elite squad is a national level squad. It's to try and progress boys into professional football or semi-professional football, high levels of football. But we work all the way down to a 5th and 6th team of boys who just want to get better and combine it with their studies. with the Tottenham Hotspur Ladies program, it's part of their player development pathway. So our program sits as an under-19s, I suppose, just underneath the WSL Academy, which is newly launching, which we're also supporting the football club with. So they get 2 training sessions a week plus a games program, but because of the link with the WSL, it means that they get to join in with the performance night that's going to be established on and that program's produced a lot of success over the years in terms of progressing girls to the WSL first team. As both the boys and the girls winning a lot of national titles, regional titles, developing into the professional game at other clubs as well. We also have the NFL Academy. I won't dwell too much on that because often there's a lot of other information on that, but it's part of their elite development pathway, first of its kind in the world. We're really super excited about it. When you come on to the program, you get 3 field sessions a week, 3 field a week in the classroom with their positional coaches, and 3 to 4 lifting sessions a week as well. Lifestyle and character development support session as well with the welfare officer. Games program, we're in development at the moment. That's often the question that comes up from applicants about games. I can chat later. It's the elite program, it's the elite pathway for American football in this country, so you can aspire to. We have athletics over at Lee Valley with Finley's Fitness with Mark Finley and Gemma Wheatman. You can access up to 4 training sessions a week on that with a combination of S and track-based and combine it. We're not looking for you to leave your athletics club. If anything, we want to complement that. So we're looking to actively work with your club. And again, very successful. A lot of guys going and girls going to indoor national champs this year, ranked in the top 5, top 10 in the country, in their own program. This year we went to England City Royals, and fortunately the main first team encountered certain financial problems. So we've developed a new partnership with Lloyd Gardner, who was their head, one of the most respected coaches in basketball in the country. A huge track record, and we've got a 5-year plan to be an EABL program within that period, hopefully. And that would be 3 training sessions a week plus a games program, a common team and individual sessions as well. And the boxing, so that's a boxing pathway clearly. 6 to 8 hours of training on technical skill development, sparring. Obviously, you have to have your medical license, etc. Pads, again, not looking for you to leave your boxing club because that's who you need to compete for. We don't enter competitions as a boxing college. It's complementing your club session. So, and it also is a coach and vocational development. So there's coaching badges and vocation built into that program as well. So it's developing you in the ring and outside. And then finally, the tennis program. 2 pathways there. Player performance one, which allows access to about 8 hours of tennis development a week. In their performance squads and S&C, and then a workforce development pathway, which is a bit like a coach apprenticeship. There's been 3 US scholarships in the last 2 years from that, and 1 pro player gone into the ITF, so very successful there. I won't dwell too much because I'm conscious of time about how our curriculum's developed there, but essentially there's a lot of labour market intelligence that goes into development of our curriculum, which helps us to build how we deliver it, but also what courses are run, what's best to make our students employable and attractive to universities. In terms of the academic offer, so this is what you can study in sport as academics. So we have, going from the bottom to the top, there's a level 1 diploma in sport, level 2 first certificate in sport, the level 3 national diploma in sport, and then level 3 national extended. So where you come in is dictated by what GCSEs you get. The entry criteria is on the slide. The level 3 extended diploma is the highest level of qualification. That is your 3 A-level equivalency qualification. The level 3 is your 2 A-level equivalency qualification. If you don't quite meet their 2-year programs, the level 2 is a 1-year program, the level 1 is a 1-year program. So the idea is if you don't quite get the grades to get straight into a level 3, you come onto a level 2 or come onto a level 1 and build yourself up to that eventually. The entry criteria are on there, and if anyone's got any questions about the entry criteria, I can answer that later. These are the vocational pathways within sport as well. So we have the level 2 AEQ, activity leadership and coaching qualification. That's a much more practical course. So you're going into schools, running after school clubs, running PE sessions, building up that experience, that portfolio of work as a coach, as well as getting the underpinning knowledge back at the college from the staff. And then with the YMCA level 2 and the YMCA level 3 certificate in personal training and gym. So they are industry specific qualifications. Yeah, so they are, if you want to become a personal trainer, that's the route you've got to go. They're all 1 year courses. To get onto the YMCA level 3, you have to have done the YMCA level 2 first. Okay, so just because it says level 2 YMCA doesn't mean it's the same as a BTEC level 2. It's different. It's like looking at coaching badges, for example. But yeah, the level YMCA is all about learning to become a personal trainer, gym instructor, maybe an S&C coach down the line. We also do higher education at the college. So we have the HNC and the HND in Diploma in Sport and Exercise Science. So it's a more cost-effective solution than university. Their fees are obviously £9,000 a year. Ours are a year, so you're saving money there. It's a more personalised experience, slightly different experience to university. So if you want to have a smaller environment, more personalised care, you can go on to the higher national diploma, which if you do 3 years, get the national diploma, you can often go direct entry into the second year of an undergraduate degree, a BSc undergraduate degree or BA undergraduate degree at university. So TAS, I said I'd come on to it later. TAS is essentially the Talented Athlete Scholarship Scheme. So if you are an international national level athlete aged 16 to 24 in education, this is an accreditation of excellence, essentially saying that you should come to this college because we're experts at handling performance athletes within their education. We're not just studying sport, they could be studying anything, but it's supporting them to make sure that they succeed in both their education and their sport. It has workshops built into it, flexible learning when needed, etc., etc. So Jess, who's pictured there, was with England Lionesses at the European Champs a year ago or so, and she was one of the TAS athletes. We have a physio department here at the college, and the NFL Academy team based within it as well. So any injury needs taken care of, and rehabilitation needs taken care of. We have 2 gyms at the Southgate campus, the new NFL Performance Gym and the original gym. There's free entry to students to the original gym, and programs can be written for you to do S&C at any time. To get into the NFL gym, you have to be accompanied by an S&C coach, which the NFL students are, and others can be at certain times. We transport our students to their various training locations because we hire a lot of remote facilities, so that's all taken care of. You just need to make sure you're at one of the respective campuses. And the NFL Academy has a student development and welfare officer built into it as well to try and make sure the health and safety of our students and their safeguarding is taken care of. So I'm going quickly because I'm conscious of the time. So what do we expect of our students? 4 things essentially: turn up on time, apply yourself, and meet your coursework deadlines. If you do those 4 things, I can guarantee you'll have a great experience at the college. You get a lot of opportunities, a lot of time, a lot of energy, a lot of investment directed towards you. Take those opportunities. However, if you don't start meeting those expected standards, that's when things are starting to take away from you. You're not allowed to be selected for fixtures, for example, or some training, even in extreme cases. Opportunities to go to trip, development opportunities, coaching badges might be taken away from you. So it's up to you guys as students to make sure that you're meeting those standards. And the academics always comes first. When today we're a college, we're here for you to succeed educationally as much as anything else. So you need to manage your time. If you've got work to do, to make sure that you dedicate the time towards doing that. Don't fall short of the expected standards. Make sure that you're doing everything you can academically. And in certain pathways, if you want to go, you have to make sure you do that, because if you're not meeting those academic standards, that's the end of your journey, even if you're the most talented athlete going around. Just finally, I'm sorry to rush through this, but cross-college enrichment. We have 2 cross-college enrichment projects. So we have a Sport England project on tackling activity, which is targeted to try and get the most inactive students at the college active and healthier. and the general sports enrichment program, which is free for any students of the college to drop in to the timetabled session. So one's more sports, one's more physical activity, but they're all free for students, and they're generally held at lunchtime or in twilight times. And that's it. I've not left too much time for questions, but I'll do my best to whiz through them. So any questions on these kind of areas, let me just refer to the top. So the NFL Academy link to this, yes it is, covered that one. If I'm a student doing A-levels, would sports be after the day or during? It's all embedded into your timetable. So you might have Altons on a Monday, Tuesday mornings and lessons day morning 9 to 10:30, and the rest of the days for your sport. Thursday you might have all day lessons. Friday morning you might have lessons, and Friday afternoon training, something like maybe. Is there access to a gym for students studying sport as well as studying at the college? Yes, so those gyms I mentioned are accessible for every student, both on the academic side of things, to the performance athlete side of things, yes. When is the actual enrollment happening? So you should be contacted regarding over the next day by someone from my team to keep your phones on you. The enrollment and making sure you accept the course offer, and then more information will be sent to you. How can I apply for sports coaching? I don't know if that's referring to the MVQ, but that's one of the courses. To go on the website, look at the sports department page, look for the MVQ. Can I apply for sports coaching and how? So no, you can't do it, but you can do a level 1 sport. You can participate in doing it. You can't study the coaching badges as well, unless you're in an academy where that's built into the program, maybe. What will happen if a college with an injury? You access the physio treatment and get better, and do the rehab, quite frankly. Can I only get professional training for one sport? Can I switch after you? So if you want to change your academy, you can. Depending on which one, it might be easier to switch or not. So some of the academies are, we generally do a lot of trials and practical days for all the academies. Clearly, COVID has interrupted that planning. So we've managed to get some in at the start of the year, but we're coming up with other scenarios of what we can do. So you can switch if you find that you're better, but you can only do one at one time. Is the level 2 a direct access into level 3? Yeah, so you do the level 2 for a year, do well. At the end of the year, your teachers will have a progression meeting with you, and they feel that you've done enough to move on to the level 3, then you'll progress to the level 3, yes. Or even if you've already set level 2 elsewhere, as long as you've got a right grade, you'll move on to level 3. My son has been out of school for a whole year. Can he still do this course, please? Depends what your son has got in other grades. So last couple of questions, guys, because I'm conscious I need to finish in a second. If I pick a course and train for a sport, can I play other sports as enrichment? Yes, but that's the drop-in sports, any free fun. There's no teams or anything for the enrichment. How do I apply for the football? Through the website registration page. My brother wants to do football. What can you do? Apply for the program through the sports registration page. Are there any table tennis players who are looking to join? Don't know. How do you try for the boxing? Apply for the sports registration page and we'll be in touch. What comes after the NFL Academy for the top athletes? Hopefully going on a scholarship to a Div 1 or Div 2 American college. Does being part to a sports academy limit your chances of smashing your A-levels? I like the word smashing. No, shouldn't be. The best athletes are often the best students as well. So your time management. Like I said, the task thing's about making sure that one doesn't suffer over another. So you could be a great athlete and a great student at the same time. How long level 2 course? Level 2 is a year. Level 3 courses are 2 years. How do I apply for the Tottenham Hotspur Club? Apply through our website, sports registration page. Okay, last slide is follow us. So these are the various social media handles, their email address if anyone wants to get in touch. That was a very whistle-stop tour. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and yeah, look forward to hopefully seeing September, fingers crossed, if we're allowed to.